welcome back to another anime episode review. I am the Rat, and this is the Rat's Nest. I'm joined as always by Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hello, everyone.
You see, today we are reviewing quite a fine anime episode, if I do say so myself. The Eminence in Shadow, Season 2, Episode 5. Now, Kyle and I are both huge The Eminence in Shadow fans. I mean, Kyle, what's your favorite volume, personally?
Volume 10 was pretty good.
Volume 10 was a very, very good volume. I would agree with that as well. What was your favorite plot point from that volume?
My favorite plot point is when they raided the castle and he talked about the prophecy that they were going to, stop it from coming into existence. And so whenever they actually did it, I was very moved by that plot point.
That was a very, very good plot point. Yes, that was extremely
Also, when that girl showed up and just started like hugging him and crying, it was a little weird out of context for her character, but
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I completely agree with that personally, but we're not talking about Volume 10 yet.
Yeah, sorry, spoilers.
We are talking about Episode 5 of Season 2 in Late Night Rat's Nest. So this was obviously a very, very good episode. We're still in the middle of the credit card arc, and it's been going very well so far. Given the current pacing, it looks like we're going to get about 4 or 5 episodes. I don't know, because now we're 3 episodes in. No, we're just 2 episodes in. I'm dumb. We could go 4 episodes. We could go 5. I really think, though, they'll probably go 5 with this one and go 4 with the Oriana Kingdom arc, because I think we'll probably get the Isekai arc in Season 3, as well as the adaptation of Volume 5. But this has been a very, very good episode. Obviously, I love this arc a lot, and so getting to see all this stuff kind of come to life again is really, really cool.
It was a fantastic episode. I thought Studio Pierrot did a fantastic job with adapting this episode.
That is so true. You know what's awesome about that? I have no clue if they did this or not, so I can't fact check you on that. I genuinely don't know what studio does this anime. That sounds right. I don't know. It's awesome.
Wow, fake fan.
I am such a fake fan, dude. Who's your favorite character, Kyle?
That's a tough question.
Yeah,
because
it is. There's so many good characters. There's so many great.
There are a lot of good characters. How could I choose just one?
Well, then list your top 5 favorite characters, then, Kyle.
Even like sorting through the top 5 characters,
okay, top 10.
I mean, it's
top 10 doesn't have to be in any
it's a
order.
Little much.
Doesn't have to be in any order. Just top 10.
It's a little much to list them all off. I like Konako. That's her name, right?
Konako? Oh, are you talking about Eita?
Who? I didn't hear you.
Eita? Are you talking about Eita?
Yes, I am.
No, they are very similar.
Ada, Beta, Delta, those two.
Delta is a very, very popular girl. With her being a wolf girl and all. I've never been too high on Beta personally. I've always been bigger on Alpha.
I also like Sydney. Sydney's pretty cool, but who could forget Court?
Sid, are you talking about Sigma?
Yes, sorry.
And by Court, do you mean Rose?
No, I'm not talking about. I mean Quart, like Quart, like Quart.
Quart? No, I think you mean Rose.
I don't think I'm talking about Rose. I'm talking about Quart.
Are you talking about Aurora?
No, I'm not talking about.
Oh, you're talking about Claire. Yeah, no, that's my bad. I should have known.
Eclair? No, this isn't Shield Hero.
No, just Claire. She's best girl. She should end up with Shadow, right?
I also
don't you agree? Don't you agree that Claire should end up with Shadow?
No, I think she should end up with Silver more so. That's just my personal preference.
The Hedgehog.
No, Silver.
There is no Silver. Are you a fake fan?
Yes, there is.
Are you a fake fan? Or are you talking about Goldie?
knew I was getting something wrong. I'm sorry.
No, you're all good. You're all good. It's understandable. He showed up.
It's a late night. It's a late night.
He showed up very little in the vampire arc, in the vampire lesbian arc. He showed up very little there.
Yeah.
As for the episode itself, obviously we get to see that Mitsugoshi and Shadow Garden are catching on to the cult's plans, kind of behind the major corporate alliance. And we also get to see that Shadow, as John Smith, is working together with Yukime for their counterfeit plan to destabilize the credit economy that had been built up over the course of Mitsugoshi's business dealings. We get to see that there is operatives from under Getten. The top one of the Clovers, who obviously Delta's brother was one of the three, was one of the Clovers as well. We see that Gamma is able to go down there and take care of him with great effort. I really enjoyed the bit where Alpha and Nu were talking, and Gamma was just like, "Oh, I'll do it," and then it cut. The music, sound, everything cut, and then the scene just replayed. And Alpha said, "Nu, I'll leave it to you," and then it just replayed verbatim. Cut
did
again.
it? I don't remember that.
Again.
Did it really?
Yeah, no, it did. It was awesome.
That's crazy.
I could show it to you again afterwards, Kyle.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was really good. But
I must have been looking at my phone during that when we were watching it.
No, of course. Yeah, but obviously Gamma is the strongest of the seven shadows, and she is also, I can't say the hottest. I was about to say the hottest, and then I remembered, oh yeah, that's right, she's 17. Who is also, I would have to fact check myself, but that is among the oldest of the seven shadows, which I thought that Nu's reaction to that information was very funny, because she likely doesn't know that Alpha is just 15, which is extremely humorous.
Whenever I found that stuff out, my jaw, the floor, very intimate meeting.
Yeah, no, as a light novel reader, I had access to that information earlier than most,
Yeah.
But
I don't, because I don't like you.
It's so true. But that was a fun little scene. And then we get to see Sid and Alexia meeting and talking. Now, Sid, Kyle, if you don't remember him, he's kind of a background character. He's not very important. He was in the earlier arc, the school terrorist arc, and he was Alexia's fake boyfriend. He hasn't really played much of a role, but it's nice to see him kind of come back in the background and just kind of be like a support to her, because he is kind of funny in that he is completely and utterly unfazed by literally everything she says, and he could not care less. And I think that is that is hilarious. That here is Alexia bearing her heart to him, being like, I need to be stronger to protect my friends. And he's like, yeah, okay, sure. Mm-hmm. Cool. Sweet. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Great. Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah. Sid. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't remember Sid, but he is kind of a funny guy for a background character. Who were we talking about? I don't understand. But then we get to see none other than John Smith, and he's chilling and he's talking with Yukime.
Yeah.
And we get to see that he tests out their counterfeit bills. Now, of course, he himself is bullshitting. He has no clue which one's the real one or which one isn't. So he just points out all the differences. And they find out that the counterfeit bills are actually of a higher quality than the original bills. But
Really?
no one other than him should be able to tell the difference. So it's fine. So that they can begin their plan to destabilize the credit economy that's been built, obviously. And so then we get to see different people's reactions to finding these counterfeit bills. We get to see the MCA is obviously worried about them. Mitsugoshi themselves is also worried about them, because they were thinking, oh, they're just trying to, the MCA is just trying to compete with us. But then Alpha realizes, what if this was their plan all along? What if their plan was to destabilize paper currency in order to bring us down with them? But that would destroy both of them. And then we learned from Getten that the plan was to use the major corporate alliance from the cult's side, withdraw all their assets from the MCA before then crashing the people's trust and issuing their own counterfeit bills in the paper money, in order to not just destroy the major corporate alliance, which obviously the cult doesn't care about, but mainly to destabilize Mitsugoshi, and therefore destabilize and limit the actions that Shadow Garden can potentially take against them. This is obviously a bit of a genius move, but unfortunately for them, Shadow is one step ahead and has already gone with his own plan to make his own money, because he does not realize that he could have literally anything in Mitsugoshi because it already belongs to him. But he is too focused on that, and I'm certain everything will work out just fine for him in the end. But this is obviously a very involved arc that I thoroughly enjoy. What has been your favorite aspect of this arc so far, Kyle?
The character interactions have been really, really enjoyable for me throughout this part of the story. And now, hear me out. There's so many character interactions. I don't think I could choose any particular.
You don't think you could choose any particular?
I don't think I could pick any character interactions in particular. There's just so many moments of characters talking with each other. Funny bits happening. It's like sticking your hand in a candy bowl. There's just so many that you want, and I can't just pick one. I have to take the entire bag. I have to rip the bag out of the kid's hands and just take the bag of candy.
Well, I can't randomly reach in and pull one out, bud.
I don't know if I can. I would feel bad for isolating the other, really enjoyable.
No, they can understand. You just pull.
I don't think our audience can. Maybe if there were any female viewers, then maybe that would, that maybe. But I don't think so. I don't think that we do.
You see, Kyle, I can choose a favorite interaction from this season.
Okay. Probably ones with, Delta. I gotta say, if I had to at least narrow down the character.
It's a popular opinion.
Yeah. I'm not usually a man of hot takes unless I'm saying hot takes. So yeah.
Big fan of wolf ass. I see.
Well, I don't know.
Nope, you've already dug yourself into that hole.
I said I like this character's interactions.
Stay on that side.
I did not say anything.
Stay on that side.
Okay.
Stay on that side.
I'm not staying on any. What side am I on? I'm not on the. I was trying to remember the wolf's name. Is it Roxanne Wolf?
It is Roxanne Wolf.
I blanked on it. I'm not on Roxanne Wolf's side. I'm on no particular wolf side. I just like Delta's. I like Delta's character. I just said I like Delta's character interactions.
With who?
Sid?
Sid, the background character?
No, the other one, Sydney.
Sydney? Oh, you mean Sigma. We haven't really seen Delta and Sigma interact much this season, though. But the few times that they did, I don't think they've interacted at all this season, Kyle.
I think you're right. I think you should go back and watch the episode.
I think I should too. I think we should go back and rewatch it together.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, don't have enough time, obviously.
Yeah. Of course, guys. I'm sorry. I'm the most correct person here when I say, her interactions are, heel turn. They're actually the worst of the season.
Oh, that is a hot take.
Gotta be honest.
I'm a big fan of wolf ass.
No, I'm changing my stance on that. I'm a fan of the main characters' interactions.
That is a popular opinion. That is very popular opinion.
And there's just so many particular characters to choose
There are so many.
I can't narrow it down, except for his interaction. He's a really fun and enjoyable main character to watch on his journey, and I like seeing where the narrative takes him and the people that he meets along the way.
That is true. That is very true. That's very true.
I know it might sound like the basics of storytelling, but it's compelling to me in this particular instance of the narrative.
No, obviously, I completely understand. Obviously.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so, to round off the episode, obviously now Mitsugoshi has realized that John Smith and Yukime are... I will say one thing that there's a complete side tangent, kind of, not really a side tangent, but something I forgot to mention is earlier in the episode, we get a flashback of Geten where we already get to see the stylish bandit slayer. And I was just kind of surprised that they threw that in that early. Like, that was kind of a last-minute plot twist in the light novel, so I was just kind of surprised to see that revealed this early. I mean, I suppose his connection with a certain other character is still secret, but to see that the stylish bandit slayer already has a connection to Geten, I don't know. I'd have to go back and see if that was in the original light novel. Obviously, the stylish bandit slayer being a very pivotal character in the lives of many characters in the series. Now, for the final scene, we get to see that Rose and numbers 664 and 665 are raiding a train which has the counterfeit money on them. Now, obviously, here they run into John Smith, and that's not very good for them, as they get tied up by wires very seductively and then thrown out of the windows after he says, skill issue. And then Rose goes, ugh, why am I so weak? You're not weak, sweetie. You're just pathetic. That's why your daddy dead. You know? You know, Kyle.
I do know.
You know, I talk a lot about the Eminence and Shadow being a genuine story underneath all the bits. And there are bits outside of Shadow and his antics, right? Obviously, the whole Gamma thing this episode was a bit. But Rose is probably the most serious character in the Eminence and Shadow. Like, there is very few characters with as little bits as her. Like, her character arc is extremely, like, genuine. And it's not just genuine, it's good. And that's the scary thing. That's what I can really appreciate about it. Is I really enjoy her character and getting to see it. And obviously we'll get the conclusion of her character this arc. Or next arc, I should say, with the Oriana Kingdom arc. Which I'm personally really looking forward to, because Volume 4 is my favorite volume of the Eminence and Shadow thus far, though most of that is from the Isekai arc.
How many volumes are there in total?
5. With the 6th one on the way. I'm so sorry to tell you that now, Kyle.
Then what was I reading? What books did you give me?
You fumbled the first bit. You didn't even know it.
I waffled that so hard.
This was a good episode. If you're this part of the video, then obviously there's something you like, so make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what your favorite part of it was. Thank you all for watching. We hope that you enjoyed. Bye.
Bye.